And we should remember that ACMA, which is the Australian Communication Media Authority, is a government body. It's a government entity. So, we're talking about people being accused of misinformation would be hauled before a government body. How can a government body possibly decide what is misinformation, what's factual, when they don't have they don't have all the information. No. They're not investigative journalists. We have first-hand sources giving us information. A government body can't possibly make those calls.
No, it's not up to them to decide what is misinformation and what isn't misinformation. All of us have a mind of our own. We can listen to whatever anyone indicates is their opinion. We can either accept it or we can reject it. I mean, it's not up to a bureaucrat to tell us what we can and can't hear. It's really a form of controlling the information that's made available to the public. I mean, only dictatorships have that right of control. They can't, I mean, as you say, it's a bureaucrat. What gives them the right to decide what is correct information and what is not correct information? It's too much power. It's a very coercive power.
And Sam, during the debate ahead of the Voice referendum, we saw the Prime Minister, we saw Linda Burney, we saw other government cabinet ministers stand up and accuse those who supported the No campaign of running misinformation. It wasn't misinformation. You might have a different point of view, but it clearly wasn't misinformation. If this is what the government and potentially a government entity is calling misinformation, then I think your comparisons to a dictatorship would be right.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the No campaigners had the right to indicate what their personal view was of this referendum. It was up to the individual to make a choice, but it wasn't up to a bureaucrat to tell us what we can and cannot listen to and what we can and cannot accept. If they call that misinformation, then God help us. I mean, there are all sorts of people that express opinions about all sorts of things that could get into a very big trouble just because some government bureaucrat doesn't agree with them.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that the government's still forging ahead with these misinformation laws. It's not. It's time that they walked away from.
Shocking abuse of the freedom of speech and our right to silence. It just can't happen.
Yeah, Sam Macedone, thanks so much
for
your time.